Clickety clack. I am back, Jack. Okay, it's still June 26, 2025. The end of the age is at hand, man. And this aggression will not stand. So I told y'all I was going to come back on. I finally did it, and that's funny, slip of the tongue. I said come back dawn, the dawn of a new age, right? It is the dawning of the age of hilarious. You got to laugh at the clown show, y'all. It is a bumbling buffoonery act out there. So, I was going to do like an hour or probably even longer, really detailed about some things that are going on and what I am being shown by Father. But I am exhausted. I'm having to, you know, move again. And I'm used to it though, but it's just boiling hot out. It's like, I think they said it was like in the 90s, but the heat index was like 111. What? You gotta be kidding me. And this all goes with the end of what's going to take place, right? Father's word says he will never again completely flood the earth. This time he will do what? Take it out with fire, fire, fire in the hole. So, if y'all been on this channel for at least 6 months to a year, and definitely if you've been listening to my squawking for 8 years, that I've been on YouTube, I have been talking about fireballs for at least 7 years on here. Maybe the whole time. I don't know. But I know for sure for about 7 years. I have been shown multiple times, not only in dreams and a couple of visions and words of knowledge, downloads from the Most High, but also multiple signs. And the most amazing one I made a video about, where I had got on my knees in the kitchen of this place I was staying in Georgia, okay? Heads up, in Georgia, which they did so many wicked things to me that they're in Georgia. And I had said it was under heavy, heavy judgment. And this is the main place where I'm about to talk about what they're seeing in the sky. But this happened. This was not a dream. This actually happened. And I was feeling, remorse for letting the Lord down, for disobeying him. And I just got on my knees in the kitchen. And normally when I'm praying, I prayed in that particular place, which I'm never anywhere more than a month or two usually. One time I was there for like 6 months, a few times off and on over the years, but they make us homeless, okay? That the enemy's camp makes us homeless, just like Yeshua and all the disciples were homeless. So count yourself blessed to go through this what? Fiery trial. But I got on my knees in the kitchen and I prayed to the Lord, and I asked him to show me, reveal to me what was taking place, why were all these attacks, because this is really when the attacks were amping up on me. And matter of fact, I got set up right around that time, again, by some corrupt popo in Georgia. Okay, some of y'all remember that. They were staking out where I was staying, and they would follow me and ask me if I was okay, did I need help, and I would just be walking my little dog, who's going home to be with Yeshua, and I will see little Beignet very, very soon. And y'all will see some of y'all's pets or y'all that had pets that have passed. You're going to see them. If you have true faith in the Most High God, you will see them again very, very soon. But anyway, getting back to this. So I didn't usually kneel. Matter of fact, I never had kneeled in this particular place and prayed in the kitchen. It had really uncomfortable linoleum crackling floors, okay? I was in the hood again, in the ghetto. I went into the bedroom, which had carpet. But like I said, had I not have felt this come over me, I would not have seen what I saw. And it was about the fireballs. I have a video out I will try to find it and I will link it if I can find it and I have enough time tonight. I'm just pretty wiped out. Where I actually show y'all a picture of what Father showed me. So I'm looking out the kitchen window, but I'm on my knees. Had I been standing up like every other time I went into the kitchen, I wouldn't have seen this. And Father said, look up. And I look up, and there's an old, dilapidated, boarded up, again, I was in the hood, house next door. And of course, about 2 weeks after I moved in, they're going to start remodeling it complete with drills, skill saws, and they set up their skill saw directly under my window. Not the rest of the yard or the garage. No, it had to be directly as close to my window as you could get. That's a whole, who cares about that? But the whole point is, I look across and there's a ladder that the workmen, the clowns, had left going up onto the roof across from me on the window, by the looking out the window. And so Father said, look up. So I looked up above the ladder and there was a palm tree. Behind the palm tree was a church steeple. If you were standing up, you wouldn't have seen the church steeple because it was hidden by the palm tree. Okay? But because the palm tree was closer, you could see the steeple. You could not see the rest of the church, only the cross. Directly above the cross, so umbrellaing the cross, was the palm tree. And Father said, now look above the ladder. This is amazing, y'all. There's no way anyone could plan this. This is all praise to the Most High God. Above the ladder were all these tiny bottles. They were what? What kind of bottles? Well, they were liquor bottles because they love to throw that liquor around me. And anyway, Lucy the Lion Loser, trying to get me to be a boozer. Anyway, our Father has an awesome sense of humor, y'all. Satan has no humor. He's a fuddy-duddy. Anyway, but our Father who art in heaven, he's got an awesome sense of humor. And that's why we have joy of the Lord, right? That's why we can joke and laugh. But anyway, there was airplane bottles scattered all over the roof of the building across from me. Tons of them. I'm going to say 100. And I could see they were airplane bottles, but I couldn't see what they were of. I knew it was probably liquor bottles because they love to leave little remnants around. Never like this, though. There would just be one or two out my door or whatever. But I had a camera, a zoom camera, with a, it was an old clunker, but it still worked to zoom in and see something, to where I could look at it. And I showed y'all online, I made a video about it, of these bottles. What were they? They were Fireball bottles. And Father put it all together. Okay, so I'm looking out the window. Father said, what? He will open up the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing that we cannot contain. And that just came to me. That was not revealed to me back then. But I'm looking out a window just like Father's looking up from heaven down at us. He sees everything. Your stalkers, you targeted individuals, they're not getting away with jack. Okay? So across from me is a cross. Above the cross is the palm tree, covering it like an umbrella. And below it is the roof with the Fireball airplane bottles, and below that is the ladder leading up. And Father put it all together. Shazam! So we're going out a window, and I've seen in multiple dreams where I fly out a window, when we're called up. And the ladder represents the ladder to heaven, the way home, like Jacob's ladder, the angels going up and down, right? We're going in and out of portals, you angels. You targeted angels, I should say. We're battling demons while we're sleeping, and we're helping people. We are leading people out of the matrix while we sleep. That's why a lot of times, especially lately, you probably slept 7 or 8 hours maybe, if you're lucky now, and you feel exhausted, that's because we're battling in our sleep. I've talked about that a lot, but anyway. So the ladder leading up, leading out of the matrix, the roof symbolized the roof that we're under right now, the dome, right? Going through the firmament. And Father said when the fireballs come down, what were they? They were airplane bottles. Airplanes are in the air. Fireball bottles. When the fireballs go down, we go up through a crossing in the sky. So I'm seeing the cross of the, behind the roof of the church, but can't see the church, only the cross. And Father said the palm branch is our covering. And in multiple dreams, multiple visions, multiple downloads, and multiple signs throughout the last probably 7 years, right? The trib is 7 years. I have been shown fireballs. Father also showed me that the fireballs are fallen angels being cast to the ground. So, now I'm putting this together. Fireballs seen in sky across North Georgia and Southeast. When I got this download of the fireballs and I made videos, I've made at least 10, 20 videos about fireballs, y'all. And this, what's going to happen. But I was in Georgia. So
a fireball seen streaking across the skies this afternoon.
This
We've
is
heard
today.
from a number of you who saw
Today, 1 hour ago. Okay?
it just before 12:30 this afternoon and sent us pictures and videos. Fox 5's Eric Perry joins us from the live desk. Eric, the question remains, what actually fell from the sky?
Yeah, Russ, Courtney, we are all
That's interesting. 12:30. I'm just now seeing this. I haven't watched any videos. See all these? These are all videos that popped up in my feed that I want to watch, but I never have time, but I try to at least catch a glimpse of something. If it's a headline like this, it catches my eye. There's so many things going on. I don't even know how I'm going to do all this, but anyway, here we go. But that's interesting. It was at 12:30 in Georgia, right? And I felt led, really compelled to make that video about 9 this morning and was warning about how the fallen and the demons are taking over people. And now here the fireballs or the fallen are being cast
asking
down.
that question. We heard from so many of you at home sending us pictures and videos of that bright fireball. I did talk with Henry County Emergency Management Director Ryan Morrison. He tells me his crews are investigating a home in McDonough after what he says the house has unusual damage. We're taking a look at it. Take a look at this. Morrison says he cannot confirm if it was a meteor at this time.
This is them. This is the satanic clown posse trying to distract people from what's really going on. Remember when they were saying they were seeing fireballs going down? I can't remember where it was. I want to say Israel. And they were saying it was seagulls, right? How they're always coming up with these cockamamie things. Did y'all see how big this fireball was?
All seen streaking across
That
the
thing?
skies this
You mean to tell me that that's what that thing did to somebody's roof? Right. And it's not even on fire?
Says debris fell from above
Look.
through the ceiling and hitting the floor inside. At this time, we're not hearing of any injury, so that's the good news there.
Give me a break. It looks like a bullet hole. That is not from a fireball. It's them doing their clown show. But here we go.
They're investigating on the ground to see if there's any debris or possible crash. We're told that they have several departments.
They're not going to find it because it's a fallen angel. Have y'all noticed after these things go down, there's no, what do you call it? No scene to be found? No evidence of where it landed? No big thing on the ground? Now they'll probably start coming up with something. They'll orchestrate something. They'll go out there and burn some bushes, or who knows what these clowns will do. This thing there should be no way that you can't, look how far away this is. And no one can find it, and that tiny little BB gun of a hole
searching.
in
Back here at
someone's
home in
roof.
Metro Atlanta, of course, many of us saw it in the sky or felt it on the ground there. I talked with one woman in Calhoun who said she just could not
Look at
believe
that.
what she was seeing.
It was crazy. I keep
Had to
replaying it
use that word, didn't
in
you?
my head. I just had
And
to
there
look
she is in her red. Yeah, it's light red, but it's
up
still
and I
red.
seen it coming down out of the sky like it was white
They pay these actors to say this stuff.
and
Okay, that's one. And this is what I typed in, fireball scene, and I typed in fireball scene in Georgia, and that one came up, or another one. And then I was trying to get something better for y'all because it mentioned it was seen in other states. So I found this one, but I haven't heard it yet, but I'm looking right now. What kind of color does she have on? Wow! It's red! Who'd have thunk it?
In the southeast, and that's something we've covered extensively here today on Live Impact News. That's that fireball that was spotted in the sky across the metro Atlanta area, across really the southeast, as we alluded to. There have been sightings reported in Georgia, South Carolina, here in North Carolina, Tennessee. And what we're hearing...
I'm all shook up, oh wow, I just thought of something. You know how we targeted angels are not invited to their reindeer games? And I'm glad. I don't want to be in the reindeer games. Remember the little deer that wouldn't let Rudolph play? And Rudolph was the special angel, that's funny. The special reindeer that guided Santa, Satan's sleigh. We know it's a mockery, right? But just flip it as in being an angel and being mocked because we stand out, we're different from the rest, we're our true selves, right? And they try to make us into something we're not. And the special gifts and abilities that we have, we're told to take it on down a notch, right? But the little reindeer that really harassed Rudolph, what was his name? Fireball. Well, I'm glad I'm not allowed to play in any reindeer games. I don't want to be one of these gamers. I don't want to sell my soul and be a satanic robot. Do y'all? Just be glad you're targeted, angels. Be glad. We stay true to our Father by being true to ourselves. We didn't change our image. We didn't bow down to the beast. We're not ashamed of speaking of Jesus Christ. We're not ashamed of our faith. And we will never bow because we don't know how. We're just made like that. We're made different.
From experts here, this is being characterized as what's called a bolide. So this is large, it's rare, it's a fireball, it creates a sonic boom, and there you're seeing some video.
These are fallen
certainly
angels.
Will catch your
I'm
eye if
telling
you're
you,
driving
this is
along
what these
and you
are.
see that falling from the
That's
sky.
why they're not. Look, she even said, see that fallen from the sky.
Along,
Let me hear
and you
this.
see that falling from the sky.
Fallen from the sky. Let me rewind that because I really think that's what she said. This is my first time hearing this.
Catch your eye if you're driving along and you see that falling from the sky.
Fallen from the sky. Yeah, you could say, well, she's Southern. Really? So am I. I don't say, hey, I saw that falling from the sky. Yahoo! Get him, Flash. Cuckoo! Hey, that's for you, Timothy. Them Duke balls been at it again. Come on, Roscoe. Woohoo! Cuckoo! Get him, Flash. I'm sorry. Flash! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. This is so funny. Everything is going together, y'all. There is so many downloads, so many synchronicities. I'm used to synchronicities, but not like this. There's one after another after another. Are y'all seeing the same thing? Because we are about to be out of here. So let me end it with this. So I typed in just fireball just a minute ago to see how much came up. America has fallen. These are my videos. America has fallen. Portals open. Border done, son. Calling all you targeted angels. Okay, that's fallen. slash fireballs, because it's the same thing. Satan attacking the truth on YouTube, fallen cast down as fireballs possessing our persecutors. What did I just say? That was June 3rd, 2024. This was June 4th, 2024. March 25th, 2024. Fireballs in the fallen. Okay. Fireballs, blue star, red Kachina. Father also told me when the planets collide, we go up through a crossing in the sky. The sun is a portal. All of these are really important videos, I feel. This was November 7th, so that's 11/7, 7/11, 2022. That's funny. Fireballs falling, coming down. November 7th again. That was probably the part 2. Yeah, part 2, 1 and 2. Blue star, planets collide, fireballs. Watch the skies. May 28, 2022. Babylon has fallen angels. May 27th. Targeted individuals have already gone through the fiery trial coming on earth. Fireballs and fire, fire, fire in the hole. And this one, fireballs, comet, blue star. And there's many, many more. But just typing in just fireballs by themselves. Then I was given invasion by land and sea, and I was shown that it was during some sort of a celebration, and I said, I don't think it's the 4th of July, because I got this download a few weeks after the 4th of July, and I think it was in 2021 when I got the really serious one where I saw tanks coming in that were being brought in by what I called aircraft carriers that looked like the ones on Top Gun, but they had tanks on them, and people were celebrating, yay, yay. And I said, run, we're being invaded. And people were like, oh, it's just Looney Lena again, right? Ignoring me, laughing at me. Until they started shooting. It was our troops I saw, dressed like our troops anyway. And I could hear them, like, supernaturally I could hear them, because I was on shore and they were on the aircraft carriers. One guy, the commander, was speaking Russian, and another one was speaking Muslim. And they started blowing up people that were out just joyriding on their boats. They were blowing up the boats with these tanks that people thought were just there to display, celebrate. And I kept saying, I don't think it's the 4th of July, because the 4th of July had passed a few weeks before. So it seems like if it was going to be then, Father would have gave it to me before then. Thinking that it was going to be that year, which I believe this was given to me in 2021. Okay? I'm pretty sure it was in 2021 because Beignet was still with me, my little dog. The tiniest targeted individual. And her birthday's coming up next week, y'all. So anyway, what was I talking about? Wrote a song about it, like to here it go. I said it was some sort of celebration, either for our country or for our troops or for like the Veterans Day or something like that. So we have the 4th of July coming up. It could be around the 4th. Did y'all know that this satanic nation was actually signed on July 2nd, not the 4th? So there's that. All right. But invasion by land and sea. USA, invasion of USA, blackouts, chaos. Jesus soon return, New Madrid thought. Invasion of America, beast rising from the sea. So if y'all didn't listen to my first video I made this morning about 9, go listen to it, because it has to do with some of this that I'm talking about, like the beast rising. It's all connected. And yeah, I feel like we're stuck in the Truman Show. They live, or invasion of the body snatchers. Fallen angel invasion, signs in the sky, comets collide, Star Wars. I don't know any channel that has talked about Fallen more than me. And matter of fact, I didn't hear anybody talking about them until maybe a year or two ago. I got so many haters and mockers and scoffers and all kinds of stuff back in the day, but now people are starting to talk about it. Okay? I was also shown, this is just something to throw in there. This popped up in my feed. And I haven't even done any research on it, but it just popped in my feed now that I'm saying, because a lot of these prophetic words that Father's given me have come to pass, or they're coming to pass, including I had a dream, not a vision. I saw Donald Trump, Biden, but I didn't know who Biden was then, okay? It was before he got elected. This was, I'm going to say, back in 2017, maybe 2016. And a group of men with briefcases in suits running out of, they were speed walking out of the White House with briefcases, meaning being briefed, doing business, all wearing masks. Yes, I had that dream before the masquerade ballers started, at least a couple years before. I will try to find that if y'all want to see it. Someone found, I've forgotten, I dreamt it, my bad. And one of my subs found it and said, you dreamt about the mask a couple years before it happened. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. So, Trump phone listing. Days after the Trump organization announced plans to launch a U.S.-made smartphone. It's a Trump phone, okay? And I haven't done any research. I'm sure some of y'all might know about it. If y'all do, if y'all can find something. Trump's ugly phone has already hit some major snags. But y'all see it. This is recent, okay? The fact that all these prophetic things that Father's shown me are all coming up now, we're at the door, y'all. And I know there's some other TIs and other watchmen, other people with prophetic gifts that have gotten a lot of these same things. But let me see if I can find. It was a gold cell phone with his face on it. It was a dream. And this was before he was elected president, I think. No. Dream of Trump cell phone. Let me see. Because there was some other dreams lumped into it. Dream. Let's see. Gregory. I forgot what all it was. I'll try to find it for y'all. Man, I can't remember what it was. I will try to find it for y'all, and then, because I'm making this too long, because there was several dreams, and this was a long time ago. This was right after I started this channel, and there was several dreams that I included in it. So because Donald Dumpster Fire, and even that's funny, I call him Dumpster Fire in the hole, fallen angel, right? He wasn't a big deal back then, not like now. I don't think I put that in the title, but I can't remember what I put in the title. Why don't you just tell me the name of the title? I don't know it. I will try to find it, y'all. But just heads up, all these things are connected to the end about us going up. So we go up. Fireballs. Palm. Let's see, fireballs go down. We go up. Fireballs. Crossing. I can't find it. I'll try to find that one as well. And I will try to link it if I can find it here in the next, before I'm ready to go to sleep. If y'all are curious about it, where I actually have the picture of what I was seeing when I looked out my window with all the fireball bottles on the house or dilapidated building, whatever it was next door, with the palm branch and the cross. I actually took a picture, And then I showed it to y'all online. So I will try to put that out there. But the whole point of this is you need to have Jesus Christ in your heart. You need to be looking above what I think is about to take place. There's a lot of confusion with the raptures, okay? People are saying, and again, I don't watch hardly any videos, but just, over the last year or two, a lot of people say there is no pre-trib, that kind of thing, and there's arguments between believers. What I believe is or what I'm being shown, actually, not what I believe, what I know. Let me take that back. What I know to be the truth from what Father has showed me just recently, as he puts the pieces together. Remember, in the end of days, it said, seal up the book, Daniel. Daniel was given what happens at the end. And he was told to seal it up until the end. Now it's being revealed. And a lot of us are being given keys to the kingdom. We're being given these spiritual keys to unlock these secrets. We didn't harden our heart. We may not be perfect, but we have kind hearts. Father looks at our hearts. We didn't bow. We don't know how. We did not bow down to the beast. We did not sell out our neighbor. We don't stalk and spy and harass and lie and murder and steal and do rituals and all these kind of things that 90-something% of the people now do. We don't care about worldly things. We care about our Father. We want our Father more than anything else. He wants those that really want him. Again, I said this in another video. Father just showed me this. He said, the testing is so severe here because in the school planet that we're on, because just think about it. If you had a nice house or whatever, which I can only imagine what it would be like to have my own place. I've never had that, y'all, and I'm in my 50s. But if I had that, and Father said we will. We have mansions waiting for us in heaven. I've told Father this many, many times, and I mean it. I don't care about that. I don't need a mansion. I don't even need a house. If I make it to heaven, I will gladly be homeless in heaven any day. We're not going to have all these wicked around us. We're going to be free. We're going to be laughing and dancing and singing and acting goofy. Nobody's going to tell us to shh, be quiet, not so loud. Okay, put her in the go come and get the heck out. No one's going to tell us that. But, what was I talking about? I forgot now. Darn it, y'all. I know it was something important and I forgot. There's so much going on, so much to talk about, and a short time to get there. Let me get a cup of water. I forgot what I was talking about, so I guess it's time to go. I'm pretty tired, y'all. I've been up since really early. Father woke me up and had me go into warfare for a little bit. Just a lot of attacks. I know a lot of y'all are getting the same thing. Oh, thank you, Father. I knew this was something important, so let me end it with this. The rapture. Sure, be pure. So what I believe, why people are so confused, that a lot of people are saying there's no pre-trib, post-trib, and this and that, or some people don't even believe in the rapture. But we're talking about the true believers in Christ, and they're arguing about it, and people are saying, well, if you believe in pre-trib, you're not following the Lord, or whatever it is. What I believe is there's different groups here. Okay, remember in Star Wars, I don't watch a lot of movies. I can't even remember when I've watched a movie, but the Star Wars I did see when it came out in the theater. And I still remember, it stuck in my head. I remember all the different types of aliens and creatures that were in it. Y'all remember that? That's what's on this earth. And a lot of these things that we call people, that we think are people because they look like us. I know a lot of y'all, the remnant, you're aware of this, but for y'all that might not have put this together yet, they're not human. Okay? They're not human. They're some other kind of species. Look at this. Hopefully this doesn't cut me off. This popped into my feed, and because it was a short, what is this? Look at this. fire in the sky. Bagley's at it again, and look at him with his red, white, and blue clown clothes. He's got his satanic. I used to really like him. He's funny. I will listen to him from time to time because he gives a lot of info of what's going on. But Father showed me what happened to him, and it's very sad. He wears the sunglasses now, and he started doing that a few years ago because when he went into the hospital, he took it. Okay? And he's hiding his eyes. Their eyes don't lie. Are y'all noticing people's eyes? I read that in the comments. I haven't got to comment back, y'all. I've read your comments if y'all commented over the last 3 hours. And someone commented, I appreciate it, how you're noticing that people's eyes either look dead or they look like AI eyes. Yes. I 100% agree. Dead eyes, no soul. The soul's been removed. They've been snatched. Or either they look like those psycho eyes. What are those called? Those Tupac? To live and die in LA. Even that's funny. LA, city of Los Angeles. Tupac eyes. I don't know what they're called. They're not Tupac. Tupac. Let me see. Tupac eyes. I know that's not what it's called. No, not Tupac. I can't remember what they're called. Tupac eyes. If any of y'all know, put it in the comments. Don't put it in a Go Cup now. Now, what was I going to look up? See how I get off track, Jack? I forgot what I was going to look at. Oh, hold on. This popped up in my feed, and because it was a short, I clicked on it because Angelina Jolie is a high-ranking fallen angel. If y'all don't know, so is Brad Pitt. Angelina, mocking. Angelina, mocking, right? But she's a high-ranking fallen, and Brad Pitt from the bottomless pit is also. And this popped up in my feed, and I'm like, what is this? Man, I wish I would have saved it. Yikes. If I can't find it in the next couple minutes, I'm not going to look for it, but it was frightening looking. I can't find it now, y'all. Ooh, what the heck kind of, just gruesome. Is that even how you, Angelina? I spelled it like I spell my name. I can't find it right now, y'all. I'll try to find it and put it in another one. But it was titled something about why does she look older than her age? And it showed her about trying to shake someone's hand who didn't shake it, and her hand literally looked like her fingers were 1.5 feet long. They look like those creepy fingers on that movie about witches. And I had recently seen someone else. She played on the movie Wicked. I haven't seen these movies, so my bad. I don't know the girl's name. She played in the movie Wicked, and she was the witch with green skin. And someone said, look at her hand growing. These are not human beings. So yes, you're seeing this. So the whole point about the rapture and the confusion with that is there's different groups here. There are humans, there are demons, there are fallen angels, there are demonic spirits from other realms that are being let in through portals, demonic portals, CERN, and all that kind of beep, right? There are skinwalkers, there are just every kind of weird creature, just like on Star Wars. You don't think that there would be different groups going different places? So in the last video where I showed some people think death is an end, some people think it's a beginning, and some people think you just go round and round and round until you get it right. That is symbolic. Father showed me after that last video, he downloaded this to me, that what is the confusion of the pre-trib and the post-trib rapture and why some don't believe at all is depending on whose you are. If you are a demon operating as a human, you look human but you're demonic, of course you're not going to believe in that. You will believe, you will know, but you're going to say no, there is no rapture, right? But I believe the wheat and the tares have been separated, and the tares are now being bundled up to be cast into the fire, right? People are dropping like flies, Father showed me today. A random phone call I had today and one yesterday. Random people that I talked to that I don't know who they are, okay? Both were confiding in me. Complete strangers. The lady today, and since I'm talking about it, please pray for her. And I think it was her nephew. He's a younger guy. His name was Tony. He was in a really bad accident yesterday, and she said that he's brain dead, and they're going to be pulling the plug tomorrow. And she started crying on the phone, just telling me all this. And then yesterday, someone else was telling me that someone they were close to just passed. Then I found out someone that I know from over 15, 20 years ago is now hospitalized. Then another person that I know through a friend, the friend told me that someone else had just passed. And this is all just in a 2 or 3 day period, okay? Now, that one I knew about online because, like I said, I don't give my number out. You heard me? But all these people are disappearing off the earth. Why? Because the tares are being bundled up and taken off the earth. Now, that doesn't mean every person that died, y'all, is a tare. I don't mean that. But the tares are rapidly dropping, okay? Just dropping one after another after another. That's why there's not as many stalkers. They're having to use the same old ones over and over again, okay? It's wild. But once the tares are gathered, what does it say in Scripture? Matthew 13, 24 through 30. Let the wheat and the tares grow together until the harvest. Look at this. Passport. Look at this, y'all. Passport. Out of here. We're leaving. In the passport for travel, we're out of here. What would a passport be for, y'all? Huh? What? Yeah, it would be to go to another country. We're leaving this earth. There's no way I could have planned that pop-up. I don't have a passport. They won't even give me a driver's license. Okay, so getting back to this. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in that time of the harvest I will say to the reapers. The reapers are the angels, y'all, just like the angel of death. Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them into bundles to burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. Barn is a safety place, okay? This is during the rapture. Or, I mean, before the rapture. We who are... First Thessalonians 4:17, and there's these numbers keep popping up. 7:1. All right, July 1st. Heads up on that. Then we which are alive and remain, we're still here, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. What does this mean? Well, what Father's explaining to me is there's a group of us, you targeted remnant, you angels of the Most High God that are here in human form, the 144,000, the chosen individuals, whatever you call yourself, the remnant, Father's angelic army. We are called up in the air. After the tares are cast into the fire, they're dropping like flies. There's going to be others that remain on the earth. They inherit the earth. Remember, it says, and there will be a new heaven. Revelation 21. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. The entities from the sea, which are the fallen, that remember when that's all, folks. Remember when Jesus cast the demons into the pigs? Interesting. I get stuck by cops so much, and they're called pigs because they're demonically possessed. Okay, they sold out to Satan. That's for another day, another hour. They were cast into the pigs, and the pigs went where? They went off a cliff and went into the water. They did not die. Those are the spirits of the water spirits, the marine kingdom. The beast rising out of the sea, Leviathan, the sirens, all that. Just like Starbucks has the siren, the water spirit, that lure men to their what? Death. Father's not going to allow it. This time there will not be a sea for them to hide in, and there was no longer any sea. I saw holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. From God. So some of us go up and stay with the Lord forever. What does it say? We who are alive and remain will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so will we always be with the Lord. Is this amazing? This is why there's such a confusion, I believe, with pre-trib or post-trib. Because there's two. There's two things going to take place. New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice. That's my voice. I'm Samuel Jackson. From the throne saying, look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, y'all. All these people that worship death with the skull and bones and all these kind of wicked, just evil everywhere. We won't have to see this anymore. No more mourning or crying or pain. For the old order of things has passed away. The new world disorder will be passed away. So New Jerusalem comes down and the Lord reclaims the earth. So certain group, the 144, they go up, caught up in the clouds. Okay, so we go through the firmament, go through a crossing in the sky. Like Father's told me, when the fireballs go down, the fallen go down. And we meet the Lord in the air, and we will be with the Lord forever. And then there's another group, okay, that inherit the earth. This is what I am being shown. So y'all tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, none of us know everything. We're here to help each other. As the body of Christ, everyone is given different gifts and abilities. One is not better than another, okay? We all have different downloads, different prophetic gifts, whatever it is. We're called as the body of Christ to connect as a body and put the pieces together. And Father's wanting us to come together as his children, as his remnant, as his bride, and put all the pieces together. So please keep commenting if you're seeing something different, if you're being told the same thing, if you disagree with me. Now come on here and do it respectfully. Don't, I'll just, well, I don't even delete comments. I let them up. I keep them up usually, unless they're nasty, for other people to see just how sad the terrors actually are, right? The gang stalkers. But some of you gang stalkers out there, the Lord is calling you. He's knocking on your heart. Do you hear him? Open the door. But you targeted angels, you have not hardened your heart. We've endured to the end. It says, endure till the end and you will be saved. This is the end. We're almost at the end. New beginnings are coming for us in New Jerusalem or in heaven. Okay? And then the tares, unfortunately, go into the lake of fire. They go into the earth. The pit has opened. The seals are being opened. The judgments are rolling forth swiftly. Do you know where you're going to go? Are you right with the Lord? If not, get right with him. He's calling you back to him. It's never too late until you take your last breath. Please repent. Believe Jesus Christ died on the cross for yours and my sins, and on the third day he rose, and he's coming back in the clouds. America has fallen angels.